Investing in a currency like the Vietnamese dong, which has been devalued significantly compared to the USD, is a bit like trying to catch a falling knife. You need to have a steady hand and an even steadier rationale for doing so. Pros. Let's start with the potential upsides. The first one is the classic buy low, sell high scenario. If you believe the devaluation is temporary or that the currency is undervalued, you might see it as a bargain. A currency devaluation can boost a country's exports by making them cheaper on the international market, which in turn could help the economy and possibly lead to the currency regaining some strength over time. Then there's the tourism angle. Vietnam is an incredibly beautiful country with a rapidly growing tourism sector. A weaker dong makes it a more attractive destination for travelers, which could bolster the economy and again, potentially, the currency's value. Finally, let's not forget the allure of frontier markets. Vietnam's economy has been one of the fastest growing in Asia, with burgeoning sectors like manufacturing, IT, and services. There's a potential for significant growth if you're willing to weather the volatility that comes with it. Cons. On the flip side, the cons can't be ignored. Currency investment is notoriously risky and unpredictable. It's especially true for a currency that has been devalued so drastically. There's always a reason behind such a devaluation, and it's rarely cause for optimism. Structural economic problems, high inflation, or political instability could be lurking behind that dropping figure. You also have to consider the possibility of further devaluation. Just because it's low now doesn't mean it can't go lower. If the country's economic fundamentals don't improve, there's no floor to how far the currency can fall. And then there's the issue of liquidity. The Vietnamese dong isn't one of the heavily traded currencies, which means you might find it tough to unload your investment if and when you decide it's time to cash out. So, with regards to investing in Vietnamese dong, you've got to weigh these pros and cons against your risk tolerance and investment strategy. If you're intrigued by high-risk, high-reward scenarios and have done your due diligence, maybe there's a seat at this poker table for you. If volatility keeps you up at night, you might want to keep your wallet in more stable realms. As for me, here in Portland, I'm a bit of a conservative investor. I prefer to put my money into things I have more control over, like my own skills and knowledge. But hey, we're all wired differently when it comes to risk. Just make sure you're not betting the farm, or in my case, the urban garden, on such a speculative investment.